There we go. What's up, everyone? Inside the ropes.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. It was just too easy.
Half in Nick's head, you know. Because I don't know, somehow the camera doesn't work all of a sudden. Oh, there we go. We're all back now. Not that you're missing anything with his face not being in the picture.
Yeah, if anything, it might help us get more views.
So, because of these two lackadaisical motherfuckers who don't come around that much,
welcome.
We're just doing a Raw review now. Just so everybody knows, it's Friday night. If they had waited 1 or 2 more days, we'd have just not done one again like we did last week.
And we'd have to blame it on Barack Obama again.
So, Raw.
Blame on Byron.
Raw kicked off with one of my favorites, Bray Wyatt. Did you see this thing with Bray? He came out and he did the whole, I had my chance to slay the beast and all that stuff. And he blamed everybody in the division. Are you trying to do the statue challenge right now? Because you already lost.
The statue challenge? That's new.
So, anyways, Bray cuts the whole promo about how he should be the one facing Brock and how he's going to take it out on everybody that was in the match with him. And then, cue up Roman. And out comes new Roman. And I love new Roman, man. He comes out, says, I can't remember the first thing he said, and then he turned and said, my only problem is figuring out how to get you out of my yard. And then fucking mollywop Bray with a right hand. I was like, that's who Roman's supposed to be.
I'm sorry, I'm still on the word mollywop.
Yeah, mollywop.
That's a new word, I like it.
It's not a new word.
It's not old. It's not new. It's been around for a while.
If I haven't heard it, it's new to me.
Okay, well, whatever. Roman mollywops Bray with one of those great Roman uppercuts, by the way. Love Roman's uppercuts.
Uppercut.
And that leads to their match. Roman, once again, regardless of what the world's going to say, puts on a great show. Gets the win over Bray. And I thought it was a fucking phenomenal way to start the show. Coming off the Extreme Rules pay-per-view to roll right into a match between Bray and Roman. And to have them put on a great... alright, yeah, we all know wrestling's not real. We get it. But they still had to be hurting after that match. There was enough high-flying and falling off shit, and they had to be a little banged up coming into Raw. And they both went out there and put on a great fucking match to start things off. You guys gonna add anything to this conversation?
Get behind Roman. Just do it.
Just do it! Listen.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Shove that dildo up your ass that you've been staring at in the corner for 5 minutes.
Listen.
It's okay. If you want to do it, just do it.
Listen, to the Roman haters out there, I have a simple question for everybody. And here, I'll pose it to you guys, because you guys were big Roman haters a couple weeks ago. Not that long ago. Okay.
About a week ago.
You all claim that we've been force-fed Roman, right?
Yes.
And that's the problem.
But we can't say shit.
Wait, hold on. So we haven't been force-fed Shinsuke Nakamura? We haven't been force-fed Kevin Owens?
I was going to say Jinder Mahal.
We haven't been force-fed Jinder Mahal. We haven't been force-fed any main superstar that decided to mainline to the top?
Okay, Shinsuke is
Goldberg, Greenberg.
Shinsuke is kind of debatable because everyone still knew who he was. We didn't have to. WWE didn't have to force feed anything to him.
Wait, time out. Nakamura is not debatable here. He arrives at NXT right after Austin Aries.
Yeah.
Completely destroys Austin's push.
Literally.
2 matches later, he's fighting for the NXT title. Literally, 2 matches. He fought Zayn, and he fought Balor, and then he was in there for the title.
No, actually, he fought Zayn, then it was Austin Aries, then it was Finn Balor, then it was Samoa Joe.
Did he have the match with Aries?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That was at
3
TakeOver
matches.
the end.
Okay, 3 matches. Now, main roster, shitty little feud with Ziggler, right into the Money in the Bank match, feuding with Owens, and we all know where he's going from here. If he doesn't win Money in the Bank, he's going to be fighting Jinder soon for the title.
Yeah.
So we're not getting force-fed Nakamura? Anybody they decide to put the title on, by definition, we get force-fed that person. Because they get what they call a push, which means you see them more. So what the fuck was wrong with Roman getting his push? What, if you were a fucking wrestler and they said we're going to make you more money and a bigger star, you would have said no? Oh, The Rock. They had The Rock come out. No shit, The Rock's his fucking uncle or something like that.
Cousin.
What the fuck is wrong with that? Ric Flair held Triple H's dick for like 10 years and made him a star. What's wrong with that? Triple H is literally fucking his boss's daughter. And we weren't force-fed Triple H our entire lives?
Triple H we were.
Through every era, somehow, he remained the top heel, even though his gimmick never... I am the game!
No, wait, no, you're not doing it right. You gotta add the at the end.
I'm the game! And I got a $2 slip.
In the middle of the
So,
ring.
For everybody that says we're being force-fed Roman Reigns, you're absolutely right. We are being force-fed Roman Reigns.
Like we're being force-fed Dakota.
Why?
Yep,
Because he has talent, because he's good in the ring. He's not great with his promos, but the new way they're doing shit with him works.
Oh, to go.
Get over it. Because I got news for you. You go out there and you boom for an hour, Vince is still going to put him in the ring. Because you're reacting.
The dog
Plain and simple.
The dog just pulled a Shinsuke Nakamura, stole my fucking spotlight.
Oh, did it? I thought about to say, did it get
So,
Shotzi?
all right. Back to the Raw. Just had to get that little rant out real quick. Next, we cut to the back, and Enzo and Cass interview. Enzo's talking about how he's been attacked 2 weeks in a row. Cass says, I'm not leaving his side, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. It was just more building on that thing. And then all of a sudden, real quick, the camera switches, and it's Alexa Bliss going up to Kurt. And Alexa going, you know, like, what, no, congratulations for beating Bayley. No, nothing. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm done with Bayley. I'm pushing her to the side. We're done. She goes, but I did you a favor tonight. I've got the greatest point of Raw. Alexa Bliss, this is your life. And Kurt says, no, that's not happening. You promised Nia a shot, and Nia's getting her shot. And I instantly thought, Alexa Bliss is about to become Nia's breakfast. That's
Lunch and dinner.
first thing that went through my head. I instantly feared for her life. So that match was made for later. And then we cut to Elias Sampson in the ring singing.
Listen, I dig Elias Sampson. I really do. The Drifter gimmick, it's unique. It hasn't been done before.
Stop singing.
But just stop singing.
He can't sing.
Like, if you're going to have a Drifter gimmick, like, part of being a Drifter,
Do it
playing
with
your
Marlboro
guitar.
cigarettes and a 6-shooter or something.
Exactly.
A bottle of Jack Daniels. I don't care. Just stop singing.
Ring, elephant penis stuck in a kitten, covered in crack oh shit.
So he came out, did his little song, and then, cue up Ambrose. He comes out, gets in the ring, kicks the shit out of him real quick, turns and says he's here for one reason. He wants The Miz. The Miz appears on the big screen and says, you're not getting that. It's the Miz celebration tonight. And then from behind, Samson hits Ambrose with the swinging net breaker. And then they show Ambrose in the back with Kurt. And here you go. You ready for this? Kurt says, Dean, you got to calm down and you got to leave. And as soon as Kurt said that, I knew we were in for the greatest shit we had ever seen in our lives.
Cue epic Dean Ambrose moment.
Because Dean is so... I love fucking... First of all, I love Dean Ambrose.
You love fucking? I love fucking too.
Word. I think we all do.
I love Dean Ambrose. Dean is so underrated, it's ridiculous. And as soon as Kurt told Dean, you have to leave, I said, we're getting another Mountie moment or something. He's going to come back dressed like the Mountie or some crazy shit. Because this is what Ambrose does.
Gonna come back dressed as Barney the dinosaur.
So now I was just, put shit on hold and wait and see what Ambrose does. So, one thing that did aggravate me a little bit about this was that, once again, for the first hour of a show here, there was really only one match.
Yeah.
SmackDown did this last week. The first hour of the show, there was one match. You're a 3-hour show for a reason. You're supposed to put matches in there, not just people talking shit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like a good promo as much as anybody, but a full fucking hour where we only have one match is a bit ridiculous. Unless it's like the greatest match of all time.
Yeah.
So then, we went to another promo. Shocker. Samoa Joe comes out, right? And, by the way, congratulations to Joe.
Didn't
Finally
see it
not...
coming.
getting tossed to the side. He's going to get his title shot. I don't think he's beating Brock Lesnar, but hey, he'll still get to be the main eventer for a little while here. It would be fucking awesome to see him beat Brock.
Yeah.
To see him lock in the fucking rear naked choke. I know it's called the Coquita Clutch, I get it. It's a rear naked choke. To see him lock in the rear naked on Brock and Brock pass out, it would be great.
I mean, technically, in this situation, it's actually like very unique because you have a heel versus heel.
Yeah, well, I think Brock, I'll get to that right now. How I think they dealt with that a little bit. Because Joe comes out and he's saying he's not afraid of the beast and he wants Brock's schedule and he even wants Paul Heyman. And as soon as he says he wants Heyman, you get the ladies and gentlemen, and out comes Paul. And, at that point, Raw became instantly 100 times better because Paul was out there.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't love Paul Heyman? If you don't like Paul Heyman, stop watching. I don't want you to watch my shows. Paul comes out and says, how he had picked Finn, but because Finn was the best case scenario, an up-and-comer who couldn't really beat Brock, but it was a good story that would sell. And he said Joe was the worst case scenario because Joe was not afraid of Brock. And he said, well, Brock Lesnar's not afraid of you either, sir. And he cuts his whole promo on his spiel. At the end, he shakes Joe's hand and goes to leave, and Joe stops him. And he says, you didn't bring your client out here with you. And that is bad for you, because now I got to send a message to Brock through you. So I'm going to wrap my arm around your neck and choke you out. And he does. Puts Paul in the rear naked till Paul passes out. And while he's doing this, the crowd begins to chant, we want Lesnar. And instantly, just like that, Lesnar has become a face. One promo with Paul Heyman completely turned Brock Lesnar into a good guy. At least for this run.
When you put it like that, it's actually really true.
It is. One promo, chokeout session against defenseless Paul Heyman, and all of a sudden, Brock is looked at as he's coming to save Paul now. He's got to come protect Paul. And like Joe's the big bad guy picking on the little kid and the fat kid in the corner. So I think that's how they kind of dealt with that situation right now. But anybody got their take on what they're thinking, Joe and Lesnar?
I'm thinking it's going to be great.
It's going to be a good match. I'm not expecting
Okay,
Joe to win.
forget what you're expecting. How could you see Joe win?
How could I see Joe winning? Making Brock tap out would be too easy.
Making Brock tap out would hurt Brock too much.
It would hurt Brock too much and it would make Brock look weak.
Exactly. And you can't do
So
that with the way you built Brock up.
You can't make him tap out unless you hit him with a muscle buster and win via pinfall.
But by the way they're making it seem, makes it seem like Joe's going to be using like the rear naked choke as more of a weapon against Brock. Than
I
the
think
muscle buster.
it's going to be.
I heard the muscle buster's been outlawed.
Has it?
Like I heard, have you seen him use it lately?
No.
No.
I heard he was told he can't use it anymore.
I honestly think what it's going to come down to is a battle of the submissions.
Yeah, Kimura versus rear naked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see any angle where Joe wins this match.
I don't either.
Because the problem is they're both supposed to be the tough guy, the badasses. I don't see how Joe out badasses Brock Lesnar. I just don't see any way I'm buying that.
The only way Joe out badasses Brock Lesnar is on the mic because Brock can't talk.
Yeah, but Brock got Paul, so that's the end of that.
Brock's got Paul, but instantly the words are coming out of Joe's mouth.
I mean, listen, I still think it's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a phenomenal match.
I actually think they should have booked this for Extreme Rules and let them really go to fucking town on each other.
Yeah.
No holds barred, let it go. That's how Joe can win this.
Yeah.
If they make this a no holds barred match,
Joe can win.
Joe can win. Because that's how Triple H got the win over Brock.
Yep.
In a no holds barred match.
Yep. Sledgehammer.
But unfortunately for Joe, I see this being a one pay-per-view run.
Yeah.
He'll get his one shot.
That'll be it, and then Brock will just move on to the
He'll
next
lose,
one.
and then Brock will probably go away for another pay-per-view, and they'll build up to the next number one contender. They're actually, the way they're doing it works, though. Because that Fatal 5-Way match was fucking incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
So if we get something like that again, I'm in. You know? But, yeah, I don't see any way Joe wins this.
It's gonna come down to a battle of the submissions. Give or take, you're gonna have a couple almost lock-ins. Then you're gonna get one full lock-in. Person's not gonna tap. Gonna have another lock-in. The person's not gonna tap.
Joe
Then
won't
they're gonna
tap
kick the
either.
shit out of each other for a little bit.
No, Joe won't tap. They'll have it where Brock like breaks his arm or something.
Yeah.
Like with Triple H at SummerSlam, like
Yeah.
break his arm in order to force the tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point where like the ref steps in and stops it because damage has been done.
Neither one of them are gonna tap out, and that's what makes it exciting. What's gonna make it exciting to watch.
Neither one of them are going to tap out or it's just going to come to pinfall
Or
for Brock.
hey, they could have Joe win, but win by count out where he locks in the sleeper on the outside,
Yeah.
and he just can't drag Brock back into the ring in time.
Yeah, but I'll set up another rematch.
It would.
Kind of like
And
knock
it's a
off
way
the
to
one
do it.
thing, but it'll be great.
And then it'll set up for possibly a submission match at the next
Where
pay-per-view.
Joe could sit there and actually claim he's got a win over Lesnar now.
Yeah.
And
I like to
Hype it up
see I like to
more.
see a steel cage match between the two. Make it feel like almost a UFC type thing because they're both good with strikes and excellent submissions.
But the whole thing led to Joe going into the back, and then Kurt saying something to him, and Rollins came out, said, "I'm not afraid of you." Led to the main event being posted, and Joe versus Rollins.
Again,
Yeah. And from there we went to Cesaro and Sheamus
celebrating.
beating the hell out of Slater and Rhino real quick.
Yeah.
They completely jobbed Slater and Rhino in this one.
They were tag
And
team
then
champs on
Cesaro and
SmackDown.
Sheamus
First ones.
cut a completely shitty promo where they said they are the bar. And they
We don't
basically
raise the bar.
made fun of the Hardys.
We are the bar.
They made fun of the Hardys, and that was the end of them.
I mean, the "We Are the Bar" thing is a good catchphrase, but if you don't like make the build up to that good, it's just going to be a shitty catchphrase.
It really is.
Yeah,
We,
not much to say about that.
we covered Enzo and Cass, right?
we still have more to go with that,
Okay.
so relax. Then it showed TJP in the back, and Neville coming over, and TJP saying, "Hey, you're done with Aries. I did my part. Now you got to give me my shot." And he said, "Go beat Ali, and I'll go talk to Kurt." So TJP went out. They had his match with Mustafa Ali. Actually, a really good match. TJP got the win. Neville comes out and says, "I may be the king of the cruiserweights, but I'm not a miracle worker." Kurt said no. TJP says, "Let's go. We're going to talk to him right now." Neville turns and kicks the shit out of him and says, "You got your match, 205 Live." TJP was doomed from the start on this one, though, because how are you going to have TJP beat Neville when Austin Aries is going to do it?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work now.
And Austin Aries made TJP tap out.
Yeah. So it doesn't work. It was a stupid idea. From there, we went to what I love, which was the Goldust promo. So happy that Goldust is back cutting his own promos and shit.
Listen, back in the Attitude Era, in the early days, he was a great promo cutter. Like, I can't take that away from him.
Very underrated promo guy. Very underrated ring worker. And then right after Goldust's promo, we had another one of these where Kurt comes running out and pulls Corey Graves to the side about a text message again. And they don't talk about it. Corey sits down, they'll say, "What was that all about?" And he goes, "Oh, no, I can't talk about that. I was just ready for this match," or whatever.
I think, actually, it might have something to do with what you said, which will lead into the Enzo and Cass thing. Because he told me something that I didn't even realize, that they basically gave away that it was Big Cass that did it. Even though we all have speculations and, we're pretty
We're
much
getting the ends on Cass.
But the whole thing with Angle, I really believe that's like a storyline that's going to continue. Like, it's not going to
I think it's
be like
gonna-
a quick thing. I think it's going to be an excuse to get him out of the general manager position
Yeah,
and
but I
back
think
into
it's
the
going to
ring.
be something to lead to him and Triple H somewhere.
Yeah, like a match.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That'd be good.
So then it shows Kurt in the back, and they try to stop him and ask him what the text was about. And I can't, it's personal, and he leaves through the door, and then a great moment came. Because the door swung open and went to go close, you saw a hand grab it, and in popped Dean Ambrose's head. And Dean looks both ways real quick, and closes the door, and let's go have fun. And off he goes. So you knew something good was coming, right? So then after that, it was Kalisto versus Titus O'Neil. Who gives a shit? Kalisto pulled the shorts to win, whatever. Great. He did what Titus did to him last week. And the shitty storyline with Titus and Apollo Crew and the Titus brand continued. And then we went and saw Big Cass down backstage. Instead of it being Enzo this week, it was Cass. And he holds up the chain, and Enzo's like, that was the chain that I had on. That you're not trying to say, oh no, you're not trying to say it was me. I need you to be my partner. About whatever. It was more of them building up this storyline where somebody's attacking Enzo and Cass. And, you know, they told Enzo he had to find a new partner for his match. So then, you know, they left you in suspense. Who was Enzo going to get for his partner? And Raw was really kind of all over the place this week. The promos they were cutting in the back never led to what was going on out in the, you know, in the ring.
Yeah.
You always had to wait. Because, again, they leave that where it's Enzo has to find a partner. And they go back to the ring, and it's the Miz's Intercontinental title celebration. Did you see any of this?
Well, I know, like, he kept suspecting it was somebody.
Oh, it was
shit
funny.
Like that.
I'm sorry, it was funny
He
as
hit the
hell.
freaking skull crushing finale.
It was funny as hell. He beats the hell out of a bear. Beats the hell out of some poor teddy bear dude. You know, his wife's like, I didn't get the bear. He's
Then
like,
he
I didn't get the
elbow
bear.
drops the fucking present.
Beats the hell out of the bear. Takes the head off. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, Dean Ambrose. Takes the head off. It's not Ambrose. And he's like, oh, well, hey, kid. Now you can say you got beat up by the champ. Throws him out of the ring. So then they start wheeling out the present. And his wife's all excited. And he goes, wow, it's a big present. And it's neatly wrapped. And it's really big. And he starts hitting the present, tackles it, elbow drops it. His wife's screaming at him the whole time. And
Grandfather clock.
it's a grandfather clock. She gets all pissed off and leaves. And he's like, Ambrose, I blame you. He gets in the ring. He's calling him out. Are you out there in the crowd wearing a Sin Cara mask? Wearing a Kalisto mask? Where are you? And then it shows the cameraman get up and get real close to the Miz. And I was like, oh, there it is. That's it. That's the Ambrose moment. As Dean dropped the camera, took off the hat, and the Miz looked up at
So
the
the Titantron.
Titantron and realized there's Dean standing behind you. Miz turns, 30 deeds, Ambrose walks on out. Another great Dean moment. Exactly who Ambrose should be. He should be this era Stone Cold, just doing shit like that. You know, come out, kick your ass real quick, walk away. And then the worst part of the night to me came up right after that. It was watching the club get jobbed. Because it was the club comes out, and then Enzo comes out, does his whole little spiel by himself, and he says he had to find a replacement, and he goes, well, I did find a certified G. I ain't. You know, that whole deal. And the Big Show, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but the Big Show cut Cass's promo for him. Well, okay, and he starts doing the whole Italian thing, and he goes, one word to describe you is, and he actually spells out soft, and they even did boom shakalaka to get the win. Felt so bad watching the club get jobbed like that. It was horrible. They go backstage, and Cass is there, and he's basically accusing the Big Show of being the one who attacked him. And Enzo says, you know, it couldn't have been him, and they leave. So, okay. From 0 to 100%, how positive are you at this point that it's Cass who's doing all this?
100%.
Like he's even the one who attacked himself.
100%.
They're going
Yeah.
to show a liar video of him kicking the hell out of himself.
Now, share what you shared with me.
Now, remember, like, the first time, like, Enzo got attacked?
Yeah.
And, like, Corey Graves said, like, oh, I like to shake the hands of the person who did this.
And then Cass came out.
And then, like, Cass came out, and he actually shook hands with Cass.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
They basically gave it away without meaning to give it away.
Yeah, I just, you know what? I feel bad for Enzo and Cass, though, because this is not the way their run together should have ended. They should have at least gotten a title once during their run.
It's the beginning.
It seemed like they were going to get their title at WrestleMania, but then
Yeah,
the Hardys
they got
happened.
Hardied.
And it's just like, yeah, not today.
They got Hardied.
It's the beginning of the end of Enzo and
It
Cass.
was
Yeah.
a Hardy effect. as
It
they
was
call
literally a twist of fate.
Yeah. So,
Pun intended.
Yes.
so we'll have to wait and see, but we're all pretty sure that it's Cass. Then it was an R-Truth promo. Nobody cares.
Instantly half the audience left.
Alexa versus Nia. If you watched it, it was a gimmick match, basically. It was Alexa running and running and running and running, and somehow, some way, she finds a way to get the win over Nia, and then runs out of the ring, and
You figured that much.
Nia beats up the two girls who were out there watching, and that was the end of that. I don't know where they're going with Alexa next, but I know it's not going to be a long feud with Nia, because it doesn't make sense.
No.
Then it showed Heyman on the phone with Brock, which gave us the insight that the Beast will be at next week's Raw,
And he is. It's confirmed. That he's
which
gonna
is
be there.
awesome. You know, Brock coming back. Everybody loves seeing Brock. And then we ended the night with Joe and Rollins, which is always
Great to see.
great match. And this time Joe got to get his win because you can't have Joe lose now. He's got to be good enough to face the Beast.
Unfortunately, no Finn though.
No, it was remind me how he got the win.
I said Finn Balor.
No, but he didn't pin Ron. It was a choke out, right?
Yeah,
He
it's
choked him
choke.
out. No Balor, but I kind of expected that after the way Extreme Rules ended. I wasn't surprised with that because Finn was right there to get the win, and then the last second he gets choked out. Kind of expected him not to be there. So I'm
Might
not.
be like the same thing they did with Sasha, like around the Royal Rumble, like
But-
around 2016.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
take some time off and they'll come back.
Overall, I'll give Raw a B+ this week. Way too much promos though,
Yeah.
which kept it from being a solid A grade. But when they finally did put something in the ring, they had some really good matches. They just didn't put enough of it in the ring.
Yeah.
And we're gonna attach what NXT to this
NXT.
too.
Quick rundown of NXT.
Yeah, it
not,
doesn't
not,
need
not,
more.
not much happened.
No,
It started off with a tag team match, I believe, if I remember correctly. Heavy Machinery against this big dude that's really fucking cool, and
Is that
some
the one that beat the shit out of his partner a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
yeah, he did it this week too.
He did this week. He got paired up with a jobber.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery gets the win, which is setting up them and the Authors of Pain. It looks like
Yeah.
because really the only team that looks like they can beat the Authors of Pain right now.
TM61 got kind of pushed to the side.
And this big guy beat the hell out of his partner again.
Again. Then it goes into a Nikki Cross promo where you
Which I
see her
always love.
where you see her in the back saying, "Asuka, let's play again."
She
and
wasn't in the
again,
back; she was on the roof.
on the roof, and she's like, "Let's play again
That's new.
and again
And
and
then
again,"
announced
and starts
that-
banging her head against shit. It was
They
fucking
announced
awesome.
that next week it's going to be Asuka, Nikki, and Ruby Riott in a triple threat elimination style this time.
Yeah,
So I think this is their way of completely pushing Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross out of the picture.
Yep.
Because Asuka's going to get the pin over both of them, basically.
and what it's gonna come down to is Asuka and Ember Moon.
Yeah, and that's when Asuka will probably drop the title. Listen, Asuka should have dropped the title by now anyway. She should be on the main roster. She should be feuding with the likes of Charlotte and them, not still on NXT. But
Then what else happened?
And-
Roddy Strong had a great promo, and Bobby Roode comes out and, in glorious fashion, fucks everything up, which was great.
but it was basically setting up
Roddy against
Roddy against
Bobby Roode.
which
Which would be a great feud.
be a
It
great
would be.
feud, and hopefully it'll be the feud where Bobby drops the title because Raw or SmackDown, either one desperately needs Bobby Roode because he is, pardon the pun, the it factor.
Yeah,
He's the best heel in the company right now, in my opinion. Like, you put him with Triple H, he works with the authority, if you will. You know what I mean? It works. So,
then, what else happened? We had Killian Dane versus, no, it was
No.
Hideo Itami versus Oni Lorcan.
no. Yes.
And then fucking Hideo hit
Kept hitting him with a
3
GTS.
GTSs, going for a fourth.
And that's when Cassius
Until
Ohno...
Cassius Ono came out, stopped them. When push came to shove, which is gonna ultimately set up a feud between Ono and Itami.
I'm actually looking forward to that, actually.
It's gonna be a good one.
Which might be a push for Ono, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
him getting his push to go for the title eventually. Who knows?
And then the final match was, Killian Dane against
No way, Jose.
No Way Jose.
And Dane hit that amazing finisher that he
Yeah.
has. And, Dane gets the win, and he's a monster. And Sanity, though, is just kind of in a stale
Yeah.
right now. They're just there.
It's like Killian Dane is bigger than the whole group.
In my opinion, I'm telling you, they should bring them up to Raw and give them the break.
Yeah.
Make them the new Wyatt family. It'll work perfectly because none of them really stand out on their own. Honestly, the worst thing that happened to Harper and Rowan was leaving the Wyatts
Yeah.
because now they're non-existent.
Well, Harper stood out for a little bit, but Rowan got lost with.
Harper
Just
got
lost.
his shine for a moment and then he died.
Yeah.
He's nowhere now. And it sucks for them. But that was pretty much it for NXT. Kind of another disappointing week for NXT.
Yeah.
You know, lately it's
we had
been
no Ciampa, no Gargano
Well,
because
Ciampa's injured.
Because they're both injured.
well lately the hour-long
Gargano's
NXT
not really injured. They're just playing the storyline. He's hurt, and he doesn't want to talk to anybody about what happened.
He's
and
got emotional
Ciampa,
distress.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Ciampa is actually legitimately injured.
Really, NXT, the hours program, a weekly, has become just a bunch of promos and stuff to build up for the next takeover.
Yeah.
Which is sad. They got so much good talent down there. They should really be 2 hours.
Yeah.
And there should be a lot more showcasing of the talent.
Yeah.
Because
But
there's so much, and they try to squeeze so much into 1 hour.
that's pretty much it for Raw and NXT.
We're coming at you with SmackDown and 205 Live in a
Because
matter
we
of
just have,
seconds.
SmackDown because it's SmackDown, and then 205 Live because we got 5 minutes at the end to kill real quick.
Yeah.
And because we just want to make you as bored as we had to be while we were watching it.
Yep.
See you in a minute.